Dynasties. They have been around longer than you think, with Bill Russell's Celtics in the 60s, Larry Bird's Celtics and Magic Johnson's Lakers in the 80s, Michael Jordan's Bulls in the 90s, Kobe and Shaq Lakers in the 2000s, Golden State Warriors and the Big Three Heat in the 2010s, but no one has wondered who will be the next dynasty or dynasties for the 2020 era. What's up guys, it's your boy, and today we will be talking about the two potential dynasties that no one talks about. Don't forget to like so I know if you guys like my content, and subscribe so I can hit 100 subscribers before July, and comment because I respond to all. And into the video. The New Orleans Pelicans have been one of the worst franchises in the league, only having 7 playoff appearances in 18 years and a negative record in all of their years. After trading away their franchise star, Anthony Davis, for the Lakers' whole future, which by the way is a win for both teams. In the trade, they would receive Brandon Ingram, who is an all-star this season and has looked like he will be a multi-time all-star, Lonzo Ball, who has had a decent season, and Josh Hart, who is their most underrated addition and has been a great 3-and-D player. They also received a first-round pick that led to them drafting rookie Jackson Hayes. I haven't even talked about the reason I made this video, which is Zion Williamson being a superstar, because he was amazing in the games he played to end the season. In those 19 games, he averaged 23.6 points per game, 6.8 rebounds on 59% from the field. In those games, he was amazing, having 30 points per game, and 2 of which coming against top 5 teams in the West, in the Los Angeles Lakers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Out of the 19 games he played, he's only had 3 games scoring under 20 points, which shows his consistency. At the rim, he shoots 67%, which is his biggest strength, and he has lived up to it. He does shoot 46% from the 3, but since his first game where he went 4 for 4, he has been 2 for 9, but we will see going forward. His stats have been making a positive impact, with his plus-minus being plus 13.6. Some claim he has been negative on defense. He is a plus 7.8 on that end. I could see Zion being the superstar for his team, like LeBron, Magic, and Bird were. Brandon Ingram could be a great second option, just like Dwayne Wade, Kareem, and Kevin McHale were for their teams. This year he has been terrific, leading his team and averaging 24 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, 4.3 assists on 46% from the field and 38% from 3. He has been consistent all year, with his only bad month being March, which was only 5 games. At the rim, he is shooting a terrific 66%, and he can fit in with Zion because 89% of his threes are assisted. I see him maybe being a superstar and being a guy who can carry the load if Zion isn't playing up to par. Lonzo is a good point guard for this team because he's a good passer, averaging 7 assists this season and spacing the floor 8% from 3. This team needs a guy who can pass to their scorers and not be a liability shooting the ball, and that is what Lonzo brings you. Lonzo is a top 5 guard defender who can always guard any of the other team's best player. They have a great young role players with Josh Hart, who has the perfect game to be a 3-and-D player, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who has had a disappointing season, but he has shown flashes from 3. Their rookie Jackson Hayes has shown signs of being a good finisher and defender, averaging 2 blocks per game per 36 minutes. And Drew Holiday could be a good trade piece for them in the future to get good role players or a future young star. A big determining factor is injuries, because if either Zion or Brandon get a significant injury, they cannot be a dynasty. But the best case scenario, I see them winning many rings in the 2020 era. The Dallas Mavericks have been a successful franchise, making the playoffs 21 times in their 40 season and winning their first and only championship in 2011. They have had some great teams, but they were never a dynasty. But in the 2020 era, I believe they have a chance. They would be led by their superstar, Luka Doncic, who is only 20 and is averaging 28.7 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 8.7 assists on 46% from the field, and this is only his second season, and he has already been playing like a top 15 player in the NBA. His spectacular stats are leading to wins, with Dallas having a 40-27 record, which is the 7th seed in the Western Conference. The fact that he's a 20-year-old, almost averaging 30-point triple-double, while leading his team to a top seed in the Western Conference is scary, because in his prime, he could maybe be the best player in the NBA. I believe if your franchise has the best player in the league, your chance of being a dynasty increases a lot, which is shown by the Big Three Miami Heat and the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. If he can stay healthy, I can see him at worst being a top 3 player in the league. Kristaps Porzingis could be a great second option for Dallas, because don't forget, in the 2017-2018 NBA season, everyone viewed Kristaps as a player good enough to be a franchise star. Although he tore his ACL, I believe he can be just as good. This season, he averaged 19.2 points per game, 9.5 rebounds on 42% from the field, and 35% from 3. These numbers are good considering he's coming off an ACL injury, so he needs to be given a pass for his inefficiency. This season, post All-Star break, he's averaged 23 points per game, 11.1 rebounds, 43% from the field, and 34% from 3, showing flashes of what he can be when he gets to full form. Dallas also has one of the most underrated coaches in NBA history, with Rick Carlisle being smart and knowing the modern game. Their role players in Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, Seth Curry, and DeLon Wright all have their own skills, with some being shooters, some being defenders. Their depth is great going into the future. Their management has been showing that they know what they're doing by adding players like Kristaps, Hardaway Jr., DeLon, and Seth. When you have 2 players as good as Luka and Kristaps, you need good role players, and it seems like they will continue to get that. Luka will be a top 3 player in the league, and Kristaps will be a top 15 player, and that is a formula good enough for success. To conclude, I believe the Pelicans and Mavericks can be dynasties, but I don't think they both will, because being a dynasty is extremely hard, but I can see one of them being a dynasty if all the cards fall in their favor. Both teams are being led by future superstars, and if you have that, you have a good chance. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for making it to the end, and drop a like, because if you made it all the way to the end, you like something. Subscribe so I can hit 100 subs by July, and comment because I reply to all comments, and I'm out.